Hello, this is Everett Pierce. It is February the 2nd, 2017, 9:39 a.m. in the morning. Now this video series is called The End of Intelligence. The End of Intelligence. So, essentially what's going to transpire from here is I have two videos that is in the makings. So I'm going to finish those up and post them on my Facebook and my YouTube and Twitter. So yesterday I received my last confirmation. So as we know, kind of like the Kenny Rogers song, gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, means how you have knowledge or intelligence, how to apply things, when to come forward, when to hold back. So yesterday was a pretty foul day for me because I hate the thought of receiving a final confirmation of a red light, meaning I must stop and cease all teaching materials. Now, from the feedback which I receive, it's not going to be much of a loss because like maybe 0.1% of people who are actually watching my material. So very few people. It's like if you post a video and you might have 12 people who have seen it. Out of 7 billion, there's something seriously wrong with that. Or someone's interfering with my teaching material. So, at some point, as we all know, with the daylight, it comes to an end. As we know, with human life, it comes to an end. Now, human life doesn't have to come to an end. So, as we see with the cycle of the trees and the cycles of the rose, the cycle of many things, things come to an end. So, unfortunately, yesterday was a very foul day for me, especially when it comes of a teacher of teachers. Teacher of teachers is I have the love and passion to help people and to teach people. So to the red light or the element of stop is like kryptonite in that respect to someone like me, and definitely for someone like you. Because people have all these million questions as to who they are, what they are, why they're here, and just general life questions. So that's where we're at today. In this series, it will only be one video of this, The End of Intelligence. As now you have to think, and you can figure this out for yourself. Why do we have an end to anything? A lot of people are under the misconception that reincarnation does not exist. And yet they bring no evidence forward that would prove such, other than just the words, I don't believe that. That is impossible. So yeah, it's kind of a, basically what am I to make of this? Well, anytime I get the green light, rarely do I ever see anything good to come from it. So despite Trump's best effort and his cabinet and what I see with how our Senate and our House is behaving and the way people at UC Berkeley of just nonsense. I mean, I could just dig in deep. So basically the bottom line is, we have those individuals out there. Is basically they're so caught up in their routine of things. They don't even know I exist. Meaning I'm back like a thief in the night. And they don't even know about me. It's because we have a lot of people working 2 and 3 jobs just to put food on their table. Let alone having time to kick back and watch some interesting or educational videos on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, whichever communication venue that you seek out. So, meaning that if it was my educational video compared to a video of some kid, some 12-year-old kid picking his nose, you'd have 50 million views on a kid picking his nose, and God forbid I'd have more than a dozen people watching my videos that can actually teach you, resolve a lot of things. But God forbid you do that. And why wouldn't people? It's called accountability. That means you'll actually have to start doing some work. You'll start actually having to take yourself out of the victim role and start navigating like a captain to a ship the things about you and your development. So yeah, it is a very sad day for me, because I'm needless to say, not only am I a God man, but I'm also an energy man. I know when to stop. I know a lot of things. So I'm going to post 2 more videos, educational videos, and then it's coming to an end for me. Meaning your boat has been brought to you. And because the multitude of things out there is you don't even know I exist, you don't care that I even exist, or I have so many people interfering with the process of my phone, my emails, and my video, and any and all of my social communications. So I have nothing to lose. I go back to the 7th heaven, and I have nothing to lose. Unfortunately, you guys are not under that same criteria. So all I can say is Godspeed. And, you know, my videos, my teachings will remain up for availability for those that want to take on the challenge and to implement objective and creative of their mind, in their essence, in their ability. But after I post these next 2 videos, then I must stop. Because, and you say, well, yes, there's been times where I've gone beyond the red light. But you know what ends up happening 90% of the time, more times than not, is that I only make things worse. And say, make things worse. Yeah, I make things more worse for me. So the hell with that. So if I only have a dozen people out there who really gives a damn, maybe I should start practicing your concept of not giving a damn and work towards destroying people. But the thing is, that's not me. It never will be me. So if I was to make an assessment from today on, from all the Democrats and the radicalized Democrats and ISIS and all the nations and Americans and everyone in there, y'all would fail. And it gives reason why you guys keep going into an evolutionary reset. Why? Well, that's a hell of a lot better than being extinct. And then when you become extinct, then other people come into your place and they have the opportunity. That you seem to fail to take up this opportunity. Now, this does not apply to everyone. But we have a lot of people who do. So what do a person do? Well, in terms of Revelations, if this wasn't the 6th heaven, we'll just say, what if? And only 144,000 is taken from this earth, which is not even a percent of the population here. That's a sad percentage of people who really give a damn, people who really put themselves out there to try to do the best that they can. But you're outnumbered, like 7 billion to 1. In that respect. So if anyone is going to be successful and be allowed to move on, It'd be those. And those that are here know who you are. You know your efforts and your day-to-day struggles, despite the odds against you. Now, the rest of you guys, like the old Bible or any spiritual book says, you will reap the fruits of your labor. So, now that could be interpreted in different ways. If your fruits of your labor has been nothing but obstruction and destruction, then yeah, you will get the sweet nectar in your essence of that. So it comes down to what is your essence? What are you trying to drive? Are you being selfish? Are you being humble? Start doing an inventory. So the fruits of your labor is going to be exactly what you pursue. So it's not my doings. I don't have anything to lose. I go back to the seventh heaven, which is 1,000,000 times better than here. So why do I come here? It's because I give a damn. And now I'm thinking maybe that might be my shortcomings. Maybe I'm not supposed to give a damn. Maybe I'm not supposed to care. Maybe I'm not supposed to love you. Maybe that is, we have to do inventory, and we also have to see what we are doing that is being the problem versus being the solution. So now I'm having to do inventory to think that what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, I'm becoming the problem for you. Is that you don't want me to love you. You don't want me to care about you. You don't want me to teach you. So if that's your wishes, I will, as they say, be careful what you ask for. And it is so granted. So other than that, I have 2 more videos that I will post. Outside of that, you guys are on your own to figure it out. And it hasn't been done yet, so that's why I say Godspeed. Because it's going to take a collective act, an effort of unity, of coming together to accomplish something that has not been accomplished since the existence of energy. So I don't know what else to tell anyone other than I feel very humbled right now. I feel like as if I failed somehow. And I've done the best that I could do amongst diversity. So my inventory is I feel as if I'm being the problem because people are not ready to be cared for, to be, they're not ready for my love. They're not ready for my care. They're not ready for my teachings. They're not ready for my understanding. And feedback says so. The feedback tells me. Am I seeing this wrong? Why is it that I have when I use collective information and I use other resources of communications that is accuracy to 99.999999999%, which would give reason why I have the red light to cease all teachings, meaning any effort on my part is just a waste of time. I have a hard time with that. I don't see people as a waste of my time. But I also know the elements and foundation of energy. There's a time when you hold them, you fold them, you bring it forth, timing and placement and hierarchy. So I know the values of it. I know it 50 ways to Sunday. You guys are still developing. You're still learning. So that will conclude the end of intelligence. I will put out the 2 videos in which I've already in the makings, and that will be the end of Everett's knowledge. And then when I say Godspeed, I say that Godspeed in the true sincerity of it, because you will have your hands full. And with that, this is Everett Pierce, February the 2nd, 2017, at 9:39 a.m. Arizona time. Thank you for your time, and Godspeed.